Every single day, there's a silent battle happening. A battle between your dreams and your excuses. A battle between your alarm clock and your comfort zone. And the winner of that battle? That's the person you become. While most people are still asleep, wrapped up in comfort, negotiating with their snooze button, there's another type of person rising. Not because they feel like it, not because it's easy, but because they understand something powerful. Success doesn't start when the sun comes up. It starts when you do. Waking up early is not just about time. It's about discipline. It's about telling yourself, I am in control. When you rise before the world, you move before distractions, before noise, before demands. In those quiet morning hours, you're not reacting to life. You're preparing to dominate it. Greatness has a price, and that price is paid in the dark. It's paid when nobody is watching. It's paid when your bed feels warmer than your ambition. That's where character is built. That's where the separation happens. Because champions don't wait for motivation. They create momentum. Early mornings sharpen your mind. They strengthen your will. They force you to confront yourself without excuses. No applause. No audience. Just you and your commitment. And that's where real growth begins. Most people want success. They talk about it. They post about it. They dream about it. But very few are willing to wake up for it. Very few are willing to sacrifice comfort for progress. And that's why very few achieve it. If you can win the morning, you can win the day. And if you can win enough days, you can change your life. So tomorrow, when that alarm rings, remember this. That sound isn't disturbing your sleep. It's testing your hunger. Discipline does not begin when the world applauds you. It begins in silence. It begins in the dark. It begins in the quiet moment when your alarm rings and nobody is there to see what you choose. That first decision of the day, whether to rise or to retreat, is where discipline is born. When you wake up before the world, you're making a powerful statement to yourself. You're saying that your goals matter more than your comfort. You are declaring that your future is more important than a few extra minutes of sleep. And that small decision, repeated consistently, shapes your character in ways most people never realize. The early morning is a training ground for the mind. There are no distractions, no notifications, no demands pulling at your attention. It is just you and your commitment. And commitment is not proven when things are easy. It is proven when things are uncomfortable. Getting out of a warm bed while the room is still dark forces you to confront resistance. It forces you to override excuses. It strengthens your ability to act despite how you feel. Discipline is not about intensity. It is about consistency. Anyone can wake up early once. Anyone can have one productive morning. But discipline shows up when you do it again and again, especially when you do not feel like it. It is built in repetition. It grows stronger each time you choose action over hesitation. There is something powerful about moving while others are still sleeping. It creates a psychological edge. You start your day ahead, not rushed, not reactive, but intentional. You control the pace instead of letting the world control you. That early start becomes momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds belief, and belief fuels achievement. Most people underestimate the compound effect of small, disciplined actions. They think success comes from big moments, dramatic breakthroughs, or sudden opportunities. But in reality, it is the quiet mornings that stack up. It is the unseen hours that prepare you for the visible victories. When you rise early, you train your mind to follow your command. You prove to yourself that you could do hard things. And once you win that first battle of the day, you carry that strength into every other challenge you face, turning a simple morning habit into a foundation for lasting greatness. Mental toughness is not built in comfort. It is built in moments of resistance. And there is no simpler, more powerful training ground for mental toughness than the early morning. When the alarm rings and your body wants rest, your mind is forced to make a choice. That choice, to rise despite the resistance, is where strength begins. Early mornings strip away excuses. There is no crowd, no validation, no pressure from the outside. It is just you and your discipline. In that quiet space, you're not performing for anyone. You are building yourself. And mental toughness grows when you learn to act without needing applause or approval. When you wake up early, especially on days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, you're teaching your brain a powerful lesson. Feelings do not control you. Too many people live at the mercy of their emotions. If they feel good, they act. If they feel tired, they stop. But those who rise early learn to separate feelings from decisions. They move based on purpose, not mood. There is clarity in the early hours that cannot be found later in the day. Before the noise, before the rush, before the demands of the world flood in, your mind has space to think. You can reflect. You can plan. You can focus deeply without interruption. That clarity strengthens your confidence because you're no longer reacting to life. You are directing it. Mental toughness also comes from repetition. Every early morning is a small victory. Every time you choose discipline over delay, you reinforce your identity as someone who does hard things. An identity is powerful. Once you see yourself as disciplined, as resilient, as focused, your actions begin to align with that belief automatically. The early morning tests your commitment when nobody is watching. It asks you a simple question: how serious are you about your goals? It challenges you to prove that your dreams are stronger than your comfort. And each time you answer that challenge with action, you harden your mindset. Over time, this practice changes you. Problems feel smaller. Obstacles feel manageable. Pressure feels lighter. Because you have trained your mind daily to push past resistance. You have practiced winning the first battle of the day. And when your mind becomes stronger than your excuses, clarity becomes your weapon and resilience becomes your advantage in every area of your life. Success is often admired in public, but it is always built in private. Long before the applause, long before the recognition, long before anyone calls your name, there are quiet hours where the real work is done. And those early mornings, when no one else is watching, are where that foundation is laid. The world only sees the results. They see the awards, the achievements, the milestones. They don't see the sacrifices. They don't see the discipline it took to rise while others slept. They don't see the mornings when you felt tired but showed up anyway. That unseen effort is what creates visible success. There is something powerful about working in silence. When you wake up early and commit to your goals, you're not doing it for validation. You're doing it because you understand that excellence is a personal responsibility. It is not about proving something to others. It is about proving something to yourself. In private, there are no shortcuts. There is no pretending. It is just you and your standard. That is where integrity is built. Because integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is there to praise you for it. When you choose to wake up early, to prepare, to train, to study, to grow, you are strengthening your integrity. You are aligning your actions with your ambitions. Many people crave the spotlight, but few are willing to endure the solitude that precedes it. They want the reward without the routine. They want the recognition without the repetition. But real success demands preparation. It demands that you invest time and effort long before there is any visible return. The early morning becomes your proving ground. It is where you sharpen your skills. It is where you refine your mindset. It is where you build the habits that eventually separate you from the crowd. Each quiet hour compounds. Each disciplined morning stacks on top of the last. And over time, that private investment becomes undeniable progress. When opportunity finally arrives, it will not feel like luck. It will feel like alignment, because you have already done the work. You have already prepared in the dark. And when the moment comes to perform in the light, you are ready. Not because of talent alone, but because of the consistent, unseen effort that shaped you long before anyone was paying attention. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels familiar. Comfort whispers that you deserve a break, that you can start tomorrow, that a little more rest will not hurt. But comfort, when chosen too often, becomes the quiet enemy of greatness. It slowly steals your edge. It dulls your hunger. It convinces you to settle. The early morning exposes your relationship with comfort. When the alarm goes off and your bed feels warm, you are faced with a decision. Stay where it is easy or step into effort. That moment is not small. It is symbolic. It represents the larger choices you will make throughout your life, whether to remain comfortable or to grow. Growth has never lived in comfort. Muscles grow through resistance. Skills improve through repetition. Character strengthens through challenge. In the same way, your ambition grows when you consistently choose what stretches you instead of what soothes you. Waking up early is a daily act of controlled discomfort. It teaches you to lean into resistance instead of running from it. Comfort convinces many people to delay their potential. They wait for perfect conditions. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until it is convenient. But greatness does not wait for convenience. It responds to commitment. And commitment often requires inconvenience. When you train yourself to leave comfort behind in the morning, you build a powerful mindset. You start to understand that discomfort is not something to fear. It is something to use. That slight tiredness, that mental resistance, that desire to stay still. Overcoming those feelings strengthens your willpower. It builds resilience that carries into every area of your life. The danger of comfort is not obvious. It does not attack loudly. It does not create immediate failure. Instead, it creates slow stagnation. Days blend together. Goals remain ideas instead of actions. Potential remains untapped. And over time, comfort builds a cage so subtle that you do not even notice you are trapped. But the moment you decide that your dreams matter more than your ease, everything changes. You stop negotiating with excuses. You stop waiting for motivation. You start acting with intention. Each early morning becomes proof that you are willing to do what others will not. And when you consistently choose growth over comfort, you separate yourself from the crowd. Because while most people chase ease, you are building strength in the very moments that challenge you the most. Time is the one resource you cannot earn back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and create new ones. But once a minute is gone, it is gone forever. That is why understanding the value of time is the beginning of real success. And early mornings are where that value multiplies. When you wake up early, you're not just gaining hours. You're gaining control. Most people start their day reacting to messages, to demands, to deadlines. They wake up already behind, already rushed, already pressured. But when you rise before the world, you step into the day with intention. You decide how your time will be spent instead of letting it be decided for you. Early mornings stretch time. They create space. In those quiet hours, you can think clearly, plan strategically, and act deliberately. There is no chaos pulling at your focus. There is no noise clouding your priorities. That clarity allows you to use each minute effectively. And effective minutes compound into productive days into successful months, and successful months into extraordinary years. Time is neutral. It moves whether you act or not. The difference between where you are and where you want to be often comes down to how you use it. Those who understand this treat their mornings like an investment. Instead of spending time carelessly, they invest it in growth, reading, training, building, preparing. And just like financial investments, small deposits made consistently create massive returns over time. When you choose to wake up early, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. My goals are worth my time. You're choosing progress over procrastination. You are choosing preparation over panic. And that decision shifts your entire trajectory. People often say they do not have enough time. But the truth is, time is usually not the problem. Priorities are. Waking up early forces you to confront your priorities. It forces you to decide what truly matters. And when you consistently protect your mornings, you protect your future. Every sunrise is an opportunity. Every morning is a blank page. The question is not whether time is passing. It always is. The question is whether you are using it in a way that moves you closer to the life you want. So value your mornings, guard your hours, take ownership of your time. And if this message moved you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.